Hi there, good morning. I am talking to you from Las Vegas today. I am back home here and looking forward to chatting with all of you this morning. I'm going to see who is coming on, our usual thing. Hey, Kathy, good morning. Nice to see you. Well, I actually can't see you, but nice to have you on this morning. You got your coffee, girl? I got my tea. I can do a little wave. I'm going to do a little experimenting today. We're going to talk about being focused, and do you find it hard to stay focused, or, do you ever have things get in your way? Hey, Lisa, good morning. Oh, I see little things. Pamela, Alicia, good morning, honey. Aw, Kathy, thanks some. Hi, baby. Alicia Adams, in case y'all don't know, that's my daughter with my new grandbaby, Henry. Chances are she's on her phone and holding Henry. So you can give him a love for me. All right, cool. Thank you for all the little hearts that are going up the side. Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you. I'm going to give you a little wave here. Some of them say that I have waves. So what I'd like to do this morning, we're going to talk about being focused, but I also want to do a little bit of experimenting on the actual site. So I'm doing this on my phone, and I want to see what happens if I can actually bring a couple of people on. Matthew Allen, oh my gosh. Hi. It's really been way too long. So sometime when you're in Kansas City, let me know so I can see you and come up and give you a big hug. I would love to see you. I'm going to go on there. What I'm wondering is how many people could I put on? Hey, Carol. So if you would like to, on my scrolling screen, it's telling me I can bring somebody on camera. So if you are available and interested to coming on camera, I would love to see if I can add, I don't know how many it'll let me. Would it let me add one person, or would it, only do just like maybe one other person and then other people switch out? I don't know how that works. Somebody can tell me about that, because we've been trying a couple of times to do that. And I know that I can add one person. So Lisa, are you available to be on camera? I know, not everybody's ready to be on camera first thing in the morning. And let's see here. Who's somebody else that I know? Kathy, you may not be. If you are, just give me a little shout out that you are available to come on camera. Somebody has to be available to come on camera. I mean, hey, it's 7:30 in the morning out here in Vegas. You guys in Kansas City, it's 9:30. Matthew, where are you? Are you in Kansas City, or are you out in LA? Or where are you? Anyway, I know you get across the country. Let's see here. Who was saying that? No, not I gotcha. Leslie from college days. Hey, Leslie, how are you? This is way fun. Guys, I have to tell you, y'all know I am not the guru by any means of technology. I know just enough to do the things that I do, and then I don't know how y'all are, but I like to only learn one step at a time. I remember when I was learning Excel, Bill was really good on Excel, and I just really didn't know how to do it. So when I first started, and this was years ago, and he would sit down, and so he showed me the basics of Excel. I said, okay, great, he said, well, no, let me tell you what's next. And I said, no, because I needed to get down those couple of steps before I could move on to the next. Now, periodically, I still go to him, and one of the, y'all gonna think this is so crazy. One of the coolest things he showed me, this was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, at the end of your column, so maybe you're adding up a column of numbers, and you get to the bottom and you go to that little sign up there that says, add them all up. Okay, that's easy. That's one of the first things you learn, right? So, but let's say you wanted the total of that column, let's say $158, and you wanted that to be in the column next to it because you wanted to do a different kind of adding on the other side. So you can go to the column just to the right of it, go equal, and then go back to that column that says 158 and just go enter, and it will take that number in there and put over there. Well, I thought that was the greatest thing since sliced bread. So now I've got that. So then, when I'm ready to learn the next one, then I'll just say, okay, so now honey, show me how to do this. So hi Jody, thank you. God bless you too, honey. I tell you, I thought of you when baby Henry was in the NICU after he was born. He had to go in there for about 24 hours. And I know that you work with babies. That's what you do. You're a nurse in there. And I think you've told me that you work in those that have a hard time and have to go to that critical care place for infants. So, and Jody, you're out here in Las Vegas. I'd love to know where y'all are from. Y'all tell me where you are. Okay, so we're going to do a few little waves here. All right, and I'm gonna wait. Hello there. All right, cool. All right, so y'all ready for me to get into the topic? This is my rambling, talking about little things that, to me, Excel, learning that one little thing was important. So think about with me, you watch a little toddler, right? So, and maybe even before they're a toddler, let's say when they're just, Alicia, you really do want to be in my video? All right. Well, let me see if I can bring you in here. Yeah, Mindy, yeah, and Lenexa. So let's see here, Alicia. Let me go back to you and see if I can do that. Let's see. How do I do? 1 minute. I'm watching the bottom. When you see me put my eyes down, that's because allow your views to get. Yes. Approve. Okay, it says that I'm adding in Alicia. This will be a different morning. Let's see. Okay, so Alicia, it says it's adding you. So let's see if it brings you on the screen. Okay. New mom, no makeup. You don't need makeup, baby. Yeah, thanks, Kathy. I see that, and I'm actually trying to, adding. It says adding. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I click the button, yes. So, yes. Okay. Approve. Oh, interesting. It tells me there's already a guest in the broadcast, but I don't see anybody, and I don't see Alicia. Okay. All right. Well, let me go back to no answer from the line of the video guest. So I guess it was trying to ring you, Alicia. I'm not sure what it was really doing. So I'm going to prove it again and see a little bit of an experiment morning too. Oh, there you are. Where's my baby?
He's upstairs with Kyla.
Oh.
I got a break to do things like shower and be a normal person.
Oh, there you go. So for those of you who don't know, Alicia just had a baby. Is it 4 weeks today?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, 4 weeks ago. My gosh, he is just, and he's so precious. What a blessing. So you can help me read the screen, okay? So if somebody makes a comment that I can't read, because it's hard for me to read once I get into my talking, you want to be my assistant today?
Yes. If I have to go, that means the baby's crying. So.
Oh. Okay, well, that'll be okay, and then you can just wave. I see lots of hearts going up. All right, so I learned how to do that. So, and like I said, if somebody else wants to be on camera, I'd like to see if it will actually allow me to have 2 or 3 people on the camera. So if there's somebody else, just request to come on. That's what you did, right, Alicia? You did something like request to come on camera?
I say Kathy.
Yeah,
my friends, some of my friends are watching now.
Say what?
Some of my friends are watching now.
Oh, because see, they want to see you. And I guess that's the thing it does too.
No.
Hi, Mila. Is that it alerts all of your friends that you are on. Did you see that Matthew is on?
I saw Matthew.
I know, that's like so cool. All right, so here's the deal. We're talking about having focus. And so imagine a not walking child, okay? Kathy says no, Alicia. So when a baby first starts to crawl, and they're crawling around and they're scooting all over the floor, and imagine with me that there's the front door. Now, the front door has been left open, right? And that baby is looking, and maybe they see a puppy outside, And what they want is to get through that door, right? They want to go outside and they think mom's not watching or whatever. And of course, we know that anytime the baby's on the floor and the door is open, mom is watching. But again, we're setting up this scenario. So as the baby starts heading towards the door to go outside, off to the left, let's say in the hallway there, is just some Tupperware. I mean, just really nothing special, just some Tupperware. And that the baby is going over and it's like, oh, isn't this fun? That's what they're thinking in their head. This baby that's a toddler, not quite able to walk yet, so really not a toddler, but crawling on the floor, goes over and starts playing with the Tupperware and banging the things around and having a good time. And that lasts for maybe a couple of minutes, right? And then they kind of look up and they see, oh yeah, the door's still open in their head. And then they start heading towards the door again. Well, over then on the right side, oh my gosh, there's some toys there. And that baby's like, can't wait. And they see the colors and it's just going to play with those toys and goes over there and scoots his little self over. And he's playing with those toys and he's forgotten about the door there for a while. And he's just playing with those toys. And again, like a child, their interest is only a few minutes. So 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes. And so continuing down the hallway, and this happens several times until finally they reach the front door, and then they realize, because they're just a child, they didn't know that there really is a door there. It's just like, the door is there, and they're waiting for mommy to open up that door for them. Okay, so what does that have to do with focus? Well, just as that baby that's trying to get to the front door to see the puppy that's on the other side, getting sidetracked with these things along the way, that's what happens to us a lot of the time. You have a goal, you have something that you want to do, something you're focused on, and we get sidetracked. Do you guys ever get sidetracked? So let me ask you, what are some of the things that actually cause us to get sidetracked? Y'all want to do a little input this morning? So when you're focused on your goal, and it could be a business goal, it could be a family goal, what are some of the things that draw your focus away? Because if you're looking like that baby straight at the front door, ready to go out that door, there's your goal right there on the other side. But you're getting caught, you're stopping for the Tupperware over here and the toys over there and the puppy over there. What are those things that distract us? So anybody want to give some input there and tell me what are some things that throw off your focus?
I gotta
Does
go.
that mean you're leaving, Alicia?
Yep. Bye.
Oh, well, nice to see you, honey.
Love you.
Bye. Love you too, baby. Great. Okay, so what about it, guys? Somebody give me, hi, Shelly. Somebody give me some things that draw your focus away. And is it bad things that draw our attention away? Or is it all good things? What kind of things, when you're focused on a goal, when you're moving forward, what are those things that draw your attention away? Anybody have some comments on that? I'm looking down here I'm scrolling down through the comments. Oh, Mindy, always distracted by other opportunities. And that is really a good one because there's so many out there. There are so many great things that you can be doing, that you can participate in. And I have, not me, but others. Okay. Well, if you don't ever get distracted by those, then yay you. I love that. And I have to say, I have that a lot because of what I do out speaking and talking to women and going to all the one-on-ones that I do and learning about all the different opportunities. It is very easy for me because I think there's some amazing, amazing opportunities out there. But in order to stay doing what I'm doing, I really have to draw myself in and make myself just say, okay, now Delinda, what is your focus? What are you going for? Because I can see how you can make money or be effective in lots of things. And the chances are, here's something for you to think about. The fact that you are successful in one opportunity, very likely you would be successful in many other ones as well. Because the same skills, whether it's Mary Kay or Kangen Water or Legal Shield or all of these other amazing companies, the things that you need to be successful, the skills that you have, would come into play into any one of those. My sister and I tease, my sister and I have very similar personality styles, and she said, well, you know, she thought too, so like maybe I should be she would say maybe I should be a speaker. And she has a whole bunch of things that she could speak on. She's had a crazy, amazing life, has learned a lot of things, and could really be a help to a lot of people. And she was a personal trainer for 30 years. Well, when I watched her, and I thought, well, you know, that is really something I could do, except I didn't love it. She did. And I think that's where the difference comes in, finding that thing that you love, because the skills will very often, especially if it's in an in-home business, the skills are very much the same. How you manage your time, your people skills, going out and meeting people, building your team, all of those kind of skills will be the same, whatever business opportunity that you're in. But finding that one that you really love, and sometimes you have to go through a couple of them, and you're learning as you go. So what are the things? So for instance, we're talking about focus and what takes your focus away. Those looking at other opportunities. So when somebody comes to you, it's like, wouldn't you love to do this? And they might say to you, oh, you would be so great at this. Well, the chances are, yeah, you probably would be. And if you loved it, you definitely would be. Because if you don't love what you're doing, then you really haven't found that right opportunity. So really focusing something, you know, maybe your focus might need to be, if you're not in love with what you're doing, if you don't love your business, then maybe your focus is to find that business that you love. And it doesn't mean you have to go try every single business, because, you know, that would be, well, it would be too tiring for one. But it would be maybe doing some more study on it and finding out more about that particular business and how it works for you. And certainly trying the products, making sure that you really can stand by those products. It was easy for me and Mary Kay. I had loved Mary Kay. I'd already been wearing it for, many years at the time when I began it. Now, y'all know I'm not doing Mary Kay anymore, but it is an amazing opportunity, and I still can highly recommend it. You know, truly, I think every woman should be in Mary Kay for a year, because it would grow your self-confidence, and you would feel better about yourself at the end of the time, and you'd learn so many skills. And chances are that's true in many other multi-level companies. That's not what that really is, but a network marketing kind of a business. But finding that thing that you can get excited about when somebody talks to you. And just last week, or in the last couple of weeks, I've had about 8 one-on-ones. And I have to say that just about everyone I talk to really loves what they do. And that is so exciting. So it's keeping your focus on that. Now, hey, Dan. So I see Dan and Beth St. Andrew. So I don't know if it's Beth or Dan that's on, but either one of you, hello, good morning. And Jackie and Irish. And let me go back to just somebody else. Let's see. Oh, Jennifer says, Jennifer, I agree. It is easy to get sidetracked with technology because there's so much of that. And so and I love that you bring that up, Jennifer, because I think sometimes it is easy. We can spend so much time being drawn away from our focus by technological type of issues, that then it becomes having to set boundaries for ourselves. So how much time am I going to spend doing social media? How much time am I going to spend working on my website? How much time am I going to spend doing these various parts that involve the technology, right? And then if you need help, it's reaching out. And I think in any part of your business, you're going to reach a level as you grow in your business, and you have more customers, and you have more networking opportunities that you're going to go to them, as far as going to networking meetings and those kind of things. Where are you best? I am best with being with people. I am best with going to the events and meeting and talking to people. What is your best? Where do you what is your superpower in your business, right? And then the other things, either look at those tasks, those things that are pulling your focus away. Say, okay, is this something I really need to do? If not, then delete it. Then don't do it. If it's something that I need to get done, then the next question that you could ask yourself is, so if I do need to get it done, can somebody else do it? So maybe you need to bring some people, start building yourself a team, so to speak, of people who can help you. And in Fun Fearless Female and in our lunches, I have to say I am so blessed because several of you have stepped up and are helping me so much because I just can't do it all. And if I go trying to do all these things, then I lose the focus on what I need to do. Jennifer Mills is one of those. Kathy Weaver is one of those. Carissa Skirmont is one of those who've really come alongside. So in your realm, so that you can keep focused on what you really need to do, whose help can you enlist? And maybe you need to hire that out. I was spending so much time on updating my website and doing all of that. That's like, this is driving me insane, which is why I reached out to Carissa. Okay. Also, same with Lisa Fredrickson. I don't know, what I'd do without her. She has been such a blessing. And same thing. She's actually working on some other things with me right now as well. So when you realize that, first of all, you can't do everything because all those pull your focus, right? And let's take it down even to another level. Let's say in cleaning your house. Okay. So if you're out all the time and you're doing networking events and you're holding appointments and you're meeting with people, so if your business is such that you hold parties or shows, that takes time that you're doing. So sometimes it's pretty hard to keep the house clean at the same time. So maybe it's time for you to reach out and once a month bring someone in who can clean your house and take that pressure off of you. It really can so make a difference. And if that's what they do, they need that business. So help them by giving them the business, relieve that pressure off of yourself so that you can stay focused on your business. Understand what I'm saying there? There may be some other things. Now, at some point, I would love to, y'all, this is going to think this is crazy. I would love to hire someone to go to the grocery store. Okay, I really hate going to the grocery store. Of course, then I'd have to actually sit down and make the list so that person would know. But I know Alicia and Kyle, there's a Hy-Vee there in Olathe that delivers. And so while she was pregnant and was, just having all the things and she was working full time, they would make their grocery list and then Hy-Vee delivered it to the house. Now that is smart. That doesn't draw your attention away because now you're not having to spend that time to go. So it depends on you. Look at the things that you have to do. What are the things that you need in your life to stay focused on your business or on your particular goal? So one of the things you can do is like, what does it really take? What are the most important things that you need to do, your priorities for this goal, whatever this goal is? And then what do you need to make that happen, right? So make that list and look at it. And what are the tasks that it takes that makes your life run better? Because if you're intentional about that, you can make these things happen. So you also, as you're enlisting the help of others, so it maybe you need to have one day out. If you're in a situation, now most of you, I know out there, and so most of you don't have children still at home. You may actually be helping with your grandchildren. But you still need to make sure that if you're taking care of children in one manner or another, that you still set aside at least a day or time for yourself to do your business. Because if you don't ever set the time aside, it's never going to happen. I was very blessed. I had, even before I had started Mary Kay and was doing other things, I was really focused on some music endeavors that I was working on. And so I had a babysitter. I had like a nanny, a babysitter come in 2 days a week. So I could have 2 days to go do the things that I needed to do to help fulfill what I needed and what my goals were. So what is it that you can do? Is it hiring a babysitter? Like I said, is it hiring a housekeeper? Is it hiring somebody to go to the grocery store for it? I know that's like, and a cook, except, because I'm not a big cook. I don't really like to cook unless it's on the grill and Bill does that and I can make a salad, okay? But if we want to do anything more than that, I think it'd be kind of fun to have somebody come in and just prepare good, healthy food all the time. So what is it in your life? You need to be focused on what is it that you're wanting? What do you want in your business? And then how can you make that happen? How can you get rid of the distractions? Because if you're always being pulled aside and your focus is always being shattered, just like that baby going to the front door, stopping and playing with the toys along the way, that's kind of what we do. We stop and we go over here. And sometimes I call it, for myself, creative avoidance. Sometimes I just don't want to do a particular task that is needed for my business, and so I find other things to do instead of that. Is anybody else like that? Y'all ever done that where you need to make these phone calls, but you don't really want to get on the phone right now, but you know that you need to? So here's a thing that has worked for me. I just tell myself, okay, first I'm just going to make one phone call. Maybe I have 10 to make, right? Or maybe 20. I don't know what you're, depending on your business. So, and maybe there's 3 things on your list that you just know absolutely you need to focus on and get these 3 things done. So I have found that if I start with the hardest one, not the easiest, but if I start with the hardest one and just make myself do it, that usually it isn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I feel so good about getting it done that the others now are just a breeze and I just go take care of them without a problem. So sometimes, now there's another train of thought. Some people say, well, if you start with the easiest one, then you feel like you're making progress. But what often happens, or at least for me, if I start with the easy ones, is by the time I get to that 3rd or 4th one, I now have like, okay, it's gotten bigger. Have you ever... Making phone calls in most business is the thing that pulls us away, and that phone gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's like, oh my gosh, I need to get on the phone, right? So just let that phone shrink down. It's just a piece of equipment. Make that first phone call, but make that hardest one, and then once you do it, it's like, oh, that wasn't so bad, and then try the next one, so that you kind of get yourself in a pattern. But just do one thing. Get started on one. Because then if you do one, and then you feel better about going to 2. And even if you don't get to 2, at least you feel good about the fact that you did that first one. That's what's helping to keep your focus. And if you're working in your home, which many of you are, if you're working in your home and you have an in-home office, it is so easy to get sidetracked with, maybe I'll put a load of clothes in the wash, or, I really need to empty the dishwasher. So fine. Do that after you've accomplished your other things. So yes, we do, because we work in our home. There's always those home things that kind of get in the way. But in the morning, so make yourself a schedule. Like, oh my gosh, if you were working for somebody else, you'd be gone and out of the house and at work by 8 or 9 o'clock, right? And you'd work for them all day. Well, how about if by 8 or 9 o'clock, when you're up getting dressed and you've made your coffee or your tea while the coffee's making, empty the dishwasher. Do those things that you can do together, and then at your appointed time, go in and start making your phone calls. Be a good boss, okay, so that you don't lose that focus. I want you to stay focused, because I want you to be successful and feel good about your business or that goal that you have. All right, guys, don't see any other comments here. Let me scroll down here just in case. I got you. Hi, Allison and Marie. I think I've said hi. I'm looking. Hi, Judy. No, I didn't say hi to you. Nina Elliott, hello. Anna, yay. All right. Oh, it's so great to have y'all join on here. Okay, any comments? You can either say things that take your focus, or maybe you have a tip that you want to share that you found really helps you when you, when you want to get. When you're in the middle of focusing on something, what are those things that draw you apart? And maybe you have a key to helping people stay focused on that. Yes, hey, Michelle. You did a great job last night. Michelle and Kathy were both on our Zoominar call last night. And they both gave some great tips and really shared some great information with us last night. And you'll soon be seeing the ones for July. In about a week, I'll be posting that. So, all right, guys, this is your last chance for any other comments if you want to make them. All right, so stay focused. Don't get sidetracked by all of those little things. Find the help that you need so that you don't, so that you're not trying to do everything. Because part of it is when we are trying to get this important word here, when we're trying to control everything, okay, which we can't anyway, we just think we can. When we're trying to control everything, when we're trying to be perfect, like, get over that. We're never going to be perfect, and that slows you down. And the truth is that pulls your focus, because you could be several steps down the road if you wouldn't be trying so hard to be perfect. Now, that doesn't mean be haphazard. There's a difference between being excellent and being perfect. Being excellent is a great thing to want. And so be excellent and stay focused on what it is that you want. Find the help that you need to help carry you through to your goal. And I wish you the greatest success. So as I always like to close, I like to remind you that life is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. So choose wisely, go out, make it a great week, and make a difference as you go. Stay focused on your goals, and I know that you can have a successful week. Take care, and I will see you next week. Bye.